My tenants are my family. I don't want them to be homeless. I don't want them to go hungry.
Dee's one of the kindest people I've ever met in my whole life. What she did for me is really an amazing thing.
Morning. How you doing?
Good.
Good. You want some decaf, Bill?
Sure.
Meet Denise Lytle-Callaghan, or Dee as she's known to people around here.
There you go.
Now on the surface, there's nothing out of the ordinary at her hotel, the Anchor Inn. But this place is unique, because for Denise, it's not all about profit. She runs her hotel to help people.
Some of my tenants definitely would be homeless if it wasn't for the Anchor. There is zero housing for them that they can afford.
The high price of housing is all across the country, even here in the small town of Lytle-Callaghan, Ontario, about 6 hours north of Toronto.
Lots of my tenants live paycheck to paycheck or check to check. And sometimes they come downstairs and, they're out of cash. They're allowed to run little tabs. I didn't realize there were so many people without housing. Everything's good upstairs?
Lovely.
Yeah, nice
Yep.
and warm?
Yep.
So Denise did something to help. Instead of renting her rooms to tourists at a premium, she let local people, like Bill Lanktree, who otherwise couldn't find a place, move in.
But it's fine for you to stay upstairs as long as you possibly can.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I got my lazy boy chair by my TV.
Good.
That's where I sit.
Good.
Bill has made Apartment 9 his home for a year and a half now. He was a custodian in apartment buildings and only has a small pension. Bill's an example that working your whole life doesn't guarantee anything anymore. How hard is it to make it work financially right now?
To make ends meet, I've used the food bank a couple times to make sure that I have something to eat and make sure I'm eating properly. I've never, ever thought I'd be in this position. I never thought a loaf of bread was going to be $3.50, a box of cereal, $10. I never thought that was ever going to happen. It's a tough living, very tough.
And when Bill started to look for an apartment, he had another surprise. He had no idea how difficult it had become to find a place he could afford.
If it hadn't been for Denise, I'd probably be living in a tent on the street. I went to every apartment around here in Lytle-Callaghan. They run between $1,200, $1,400 to $1,500 a month. Well, I lived by myself, and with my income, there was no way. So Denise said she'd take me in, and that's how I ended up here. She said, I'm not leaving you in the street, Bill, so she took me in. She's just like a sister to me. It's like she's just great. I don't know what I'd do without Denise right now.
Bill pays Denise $800 a month for his two-bedroom apartment. That's less than half the average rent for a two-bedroom in this area. You could charge twice what you're charging now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So I could charge $100 a night for the apartments and get $3,000 a month for the apartments. I'm not going to do that. If I can help people, I'm going to.
I meet another tenant Denise is helping. Barry Hamilton was a part-time bartender here when his place became too expensive and he had to move.
Come on in.
The inn was full, but Denise turned her old conference room into an apartment so he could move in, along with his guitar.
And now the end is near.
When I play music or the guitar or sing, I'm in a different planet, another solar system, believe it or not. You're just somewhere else.
I've traveled each and every byway.
And you try to play it as perfectly as you can. It's been my life.
I did it my way.
Barry is an example of just how quickly life can change. He was a professional, teacher, musician. He worked good jobs, made money. But with the downturn in the economy, he realized he didn't save enough. So Barry tells me this place has been a godsend.
I can earn some money here by bartending. I'm close to everything in town, even though it's a small town. And I have a couple of students I give guitar lessons to as well. So I'm the dummy that didn't prepare for retirement. So as a senior, this is very important to me. So this really helps me going forward.
Barry says having this affordable apartment means he's more prepared for the reality that all seniors face.
Right now, I'm okay. I'm very lucky at 77 to have really good health. But will I have good health a year from now? Am I going to be able to play the guitar and enjoy it? I have the passion for it. Am I going to be able to give guitar lessons? So health-wise, if something happened to me, I'd be really struggling. You know, I would be able to survive here, but I would struggle.
Barry's experience is more common than we might think. A recent study shows that 55% of Canadians about to retire will have to make considerable sacrifices to make ends meet.
Sherole?
Hello? Yes,
Can I come in?
please. My name is Sherole, Sharole, Gabriel, spelled like the angel. I do a lot of reading. And I try to keep my place reasonably neat and reasonably clean. Anyway, but I was actually able to buy my own vacuum cleaner.
When I meet Sherole, it surprises me how positive she is, even though she's 71 and living on the edge.
There's a stigma out there about people who live as I live, okay, who are impoverished to whatever degree. I have been homeless. I experienced homelessness in my early 60s when I was in Toronto. But I'm very familiar with the shelter system. I stayed there for quite a while, actually. And it's very unfair. We are all children of our Creator, and we all have a right to be here, and we're meant to be here, and we're meant to learn to help each other.
When I asked Sherole why she thinks there's a housing crisis in Canada, she doesn't pull any punches.
In terms of housing, it's just so difficult for people. It's very unfair. It's not right. It's actually, it's wicked. You know, it's called greed.
You think it's greed?
Come on, how much profit do you really need? How much money can you really use here, now, in your lifetime? Come on. It's about being realistic and really, you know, being a real person.
Oh shoot, I poured Pepsi, but I'll be right back with your iced tea.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
The tenants I met here would have fallen through the cracks if it weren't for this place. And yet Denise tells me what she's learned from them.
You never know what tomorrow's going to bring. Anyone could be down on their luck at any given time. I hope it doesn't happen to me, but if it does, I hope someone's kind enough to help me.
Denise says she'll continue to run her hotel this way, as long as there's a need.
Some people think this is crazy, like that I'm doing this. I'm not going to be remembered as leaving here a rich person, but I'll be remembered as helping these people, I hope.
Nick Purdon tells us the hotel owner, Dee, had been an employee of the Anchor Inn for more than 15 years. She and her partner decided to buy the place in 2017.